Welcome to the Live Long Naturally show, where we explore the secrets to living your healthiest, longest life. From nutrition and fitness to supplements and mindset, we'll help you thrive naturally. Let's get started.
Welcome back to the Live Long Naturally show, everyone. I'm your host, Pavel Rain. Today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for all of us who want to live not just long, but also sharp and focused lives. We'll be discussing the best foods for brain health and memory. Joining me is the incredible Jessica Lee, an expert in health and wellness. Jessica, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Pavel. I'm really excited to delve into this topic. I mean, what we eat doesn't just affect our waistlines, right? It's fascinating how nutrition plays such a significant role in our cognitive functions and overall brain health.
Absolutely. You know, last time we talked about the effects of sugar on our bodies, and today we're taking it further by focusing on how certain foods can enhance our brain power. So, let's jump right in. Jessica, what's the first food that comes to mind when you think about boosting brain health?
For me, it's gotta be blueberries. They are little powerhouses of antioxidants, particularly a type called flavonoids, known for reducing oxidative stress. This is important because oxidative stress can accelerate brain aging and lead to neurodegenerative diseases. Plus, studies have shown that regular consumption of blueberries can delay brain aging by up to 2.5 years.
Wow, that's quite impressive for such a small fruit. I love that they're not only delicious, but also so easy to add to your daily diet, like in a smoothie or sprinkled over oatmeal.
Exactly. And speaking of omega-3s, fatty fish like salmon and mackerel are fantastic sources. The brain is essentially made up of fat, and studies suggest people with higher levels of omega-3s have increased gray matter, the tissue that contains nerve cells responsible for processing information.
And what about those who might not consume fish, maybe due to dietary preferences or allergies? Are there plant-based alternatives?
Yes, definitely. Flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, which is a type of omega-3 that can be partially converted by the body into DHA and EPA. These are still wonderful additions to any meal plan, and super versatile.
That's great to know. I remember when I first learned about walnuts being shaped like little brains. It's almost as if nature was trying to give us a hint there.
Yes, it's funny how that works. Speaking of shapes, leafy greens like kale and spinach are next on our list. They're packed with vitamins like K, E, folate, and beta-carotene, which all seem to help slow cognitive decline. I try to have at least one leafy salad every day.
Do you have a favorite salad recipe you'd want to share with our listeners?
Absolutely. I love mixing spinach with other leafy greens, some cherry tomatoes, walnuts for that omega-3 boost, a handful of blueberries, slices of avocado, and a simple olive oil and balsamic vinaigrette. It's really satisfying and filled with brain-boosting ingredients.
That sounds delicious. Now, you just mentioned avocados, which are another fantastic food for brain health. They're rich in monounsaturated fats, which help promote healthy blood flow, and better circulation is crucial for brain performance.
Yes, and not to mention, they're also high in vitamins and potassium, which are known to support overall brain function. I like to include them in my breakfast, smashed on whole grain toast with a sprinkle of seeds. It's both brain-boosting and satisfying.
Such a great way to start the day. Now, another group of foods that's often recommended for brain health is nuts and seeds. We talked about walnuts already, but what about other nuts or seeds?
Well, almonds are excellent, particularly due to their vitamin E content, which has been linked to preventing cognitive decline. Sunflower seeds are also stellar, packed with vitamin E and other important nutrients like magnesium and protein.
I guess, like blueberries, they're easy to incorporate into meals as well, whether it's tossing a handful into your cereal or using almond butter in smoothies.
Exactly. And really, the key is to enjoy them in a variety of ways. That way, you're not only benefiting from their nutrients, but also adding delicious variety to your diet.
That makes sense. You know, as technology advances, we're constantly inundated with more information, which our brains need to process. So I think making these food choices every day can really make a difference in how we manage stress and maintain focus.
Yes, and it's not just about adding foods, but also about avoiding those that might harm our cognitive health over time. I think a big one here is trans fats, which are found in many processed foods. They can actually shrink the brain, literally, just like they clog arteries. They can essentially do the same to veins in the brain.
That's a terrifying thought. It really highlights why it's so important to not just consider what we are eating, but what we should avoid. When we talked about sugar last time, It was about being aware of how often it sneaks into our meals. Maybe we can view this the same way, staying conscious of trans fats, hidden sugars, and other potentially harmful ingredients.
Definitely. And Pavel, I think it's always about balance. If you have an occasional treat, it's okay, but it's your daily habits that have the bigger impact over time.
Wise words, Jessica. This conversation reminds me of how powerful, simple meal changes can be, not just in enhancing our lives today, but in preserving our mental health as we age. Before we wrap up, any last tips for our listeners on making these brain-boosting foods a regular part of their diet?
I'd say, make it easy and fun. Start with 1 or 2 foods we've talked about today, maybe blueberries and walnuts, and see how you like incorporating them. Once you've got a handle on that, try adding a new item each month. Experiment with recipes. Your brain and your taste buds will thank you.
Great advice. Thanks so much for being here, Jessica. It's been an enlightening chat, and I know our listeners will find your suggestions really helpful. Remember, folks, the time to start prioritizing brain health is now, not someday in the future. So, don't forget to subscribe to never miss an episode of life-enhancing tips and insights. Until next time, stay healthy and live long naturally.
Thanks for tuning in to the Live Long Naturally show. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who wants to live a healthier, longer life. Until next time, stay well and live long naturally.